Okay, hi, this is Lauren Cartali, Avid teacher in Pello. So first off, this video is for how to create an Edsby test. So Edsby test, it's called an Edsby test, but it can be used for lots of things, a survey or any kind of submitting of an assignment. So I kind of wish it was called something else. But anyways, there's two places you can create the test for your assignment. And here's your view your personal folder up here. And if you click on that, it will let you create a test there. It'll also save all tests you've created in this personal folder. So you can go to find any test that you've created here or to create a new one. You can also create it within your grade book. It doesn't matter which way you do it. So I'm just going to go into my grade book to show you that way. So you're going to select the class and then go into your grade book. And then you're going to add assessment. And it doesn't matter, what you're doing here. You can always rename that later if you want. I just choose assignment for everything for this situation. Then you're going to wait for Edsby. Okay, so finally Edsby loads, and you're going to fill out whatever assignment, your name, the unit, which the unit's not really that necessary. If you want to create a unit, it's fine, but whatever the name of it's going to be. And then right here where it says online submission, you're going to click online test. And then this will pop up, choose your question sheet. So you click on that. And if you've already created a question sheet, it'll show up here. And if you haven't, then you can create a new sheet right here. So you click on new sheet. So right here, you'd put your test title or your survey or your assignment title, whatever you want to call. When you're filling this out, if you ever want to stop filling it out and see what it looks like from their side, you can click on Preview as Student. You can go back and forth to see your test, the teacher side to the student side. And we'll talk about feedback in a second. So if you want to change how the points are done, you can change it here. If you want to title the section, you can title it here. You click on the little pencil to edit it. And then here's the question section. So as you do questions, you just click on a new question to add more questions. This is where you would type in your question, and this is where you would put what type of question it is. So there's several different types of questions. There's multiple choice, short answer, paragraph, true, false, like scale, drag and drop. I've never used the last two on this, the Likert scale or the drag and drop, so I can't really talk much about that. But true, false, and multiple choice, and choose all that apply. These three, you're going to select the correct answer while you're making the test, and then as the kids fill it out, Edsby will grade it for you. So that's really nice about that. Now, short answer is a little bit tricky because when you do short answer, you have to type in exactly how the student would type it. So, or vice versa. The student has to type exactly how you would type it in order for them to get it correct. So let's say you did a capital letter for a word and they did a lowercase letter, then theirs would be wrong. You can put in multiple answers for short answers, so anything that you type, if they type it that way, they'll get it correct, but it just seems like a lot more work than it's worth, if you ask me. Paragraph would be manually grade that, so you can do a paragraph response. They can write as much as they want, but then you have to go in and manually grade it. It won't grade it for you, obviously, because you have to be able to read that. And then also over here, and this is helpful, especially to math, or if you're trying to help your kids with text features so that it's easier for the question to be read, for them to read it. But there's also, for math teachers, there is a formulas button you can choose so that you can type different equations using the formula keyboard. So we'll just wait for this to load. So if you choose, I selected that paragraph symbol that was on the right of the question box, and when you click on that, it's going to open up a formatting box for you so that you have more control when you're typing the question, or if you want to put in pictures or videos or whatnot. I've never done that on an Edsby test, but it does give you the option to do it. And then here's that equation. If you click on this right here, equation, then it brings up a math keyboard for you. Okay, so that's pretty much all there. So you would do your questions and you would select the right answers if you did multiple choice or true false. And then at the bottom you would hit create test or submit. Once you've created a few questions, it'll let you save it. And then if you wanted to do feedback, you would click this one, this box right here, and then below each answer to the question, you can make a comment to let them know, like, great job or whatnot. That's you can do that if you want. So let's go ahead and close that. So if you want to see one of my tests already created, so we're just going to use that to select it. So I selected a test just for the sake, and then this part right here is important so that the kids can see it. So one, for time limit, you can put like a time limit here of how many hours or minutes or whatever you wanted to do, but I would personally choose unlimited, just because with the way the kids are using the computers right now and all the issues they're running into. If you put unlimited, then you don't have to worry about opening it back up for someone. 1 hour, of course, we're like, oh, that's plenty of time to do a test. But what if they open up the test and then something happens with their little brother and they walk away from the computer not realizing the time's running, and then after an hour goes by, it's going to lock them out of the test. So in order to not deal with that, I just put unlimited because I don't like dealing with it. Attempts, if you want to let them have more than one attempt at the test. That's that. Randomized questions or answers. That's if you want for each test to be different from one another, from each kid. And then this other part is really important. So if it's closed for the schedule right here, then the kids can't see it. If you click to open, then the kids can see it. If you click schedule open close, then it's going to, down here, this date's going to change, and it's going to schedule when the test will open for the students to see and when it will close for the students. So they won't have access to it anymore. So you have to make sure you change that for them to see it. Okay. So if you needed to change this grading or the points or how that's happening, any directions you want to give the students would go there. Any files you want to upload for the students would go there. You want to make sure it's visible, and then if you want to change it for more than one class to see it, it would go there. And that's how you would create a test. So you'd save it, and then on their side it would show up just like an online submission assignment, and file upload would show, it would say take test on their side, a take test button. So once they submit your test, it would show up like this. So this column for April 9th, where it says number 3, Thursday, 4-9 reflection, this was a Edsby test that I created. And so after they submitted it, this little paper shows up that they did submit it. And you can click on the little paper, and side box will show up over here, and you click on view submission. And then you could see their answer right below. And then this, because this was a paragraph test, I would have to manually grade that, so I would type that in there. If you're doing other ones that are not manually graded and the answer that they wrote, you want to accept their answer, there'll be a little lock symbol right here next to it, and you can click on the lock symbol to unlock it, and then you can type in the grade for them. So you can manually grade the test if you need to for any of those pre-graded ones. Now, if say a kid does not turn in an assignment and you want to give him a 0 for it, on the online submissions you can do that. You can manually just type in a grade. But for the Edsby test, Edsby does not let you do that. So you have to actually go in after everyone submitted their test. You go in and you would change the assignment. So you would click on here, click on edit, and change the assignment from an online test to to none. And this will not mess up anybody that's already taken the online test, but it will allow you to grade the particular student that did not submit something. And that is how you create an online Edsby test.